So I'm like not really that big into sports conspiracy theories and sports, being rigged and all that stuff, but there is one sports conspiracy theory that I truly believe in. And that's that the Buffalo Bills would not win a Super Bowl while Bartholomew James Simpson, O.J. Simpson, was alive. Because the NFL wanted to make sure they could do everything in their power to ensure that O.J. Simpson was not associated with the NFL. Now, O.J. Simpson still has the most yards per game in a single season with like 200 yards. Dude rushed for 2,000 yards on less than 300 carries in 14 games. Dude was a beast at running back, man. Dude could play running back. But we all know what happened in the 90s. I think 1994. I remember one of the first times I ever watched Inside Edition, they were talking about the OJ case. But that doesn't mean the Buffalo Bills are going to win this year's Super Bowl, Super Bowl 60. O.J. Simpson is in the current Buffalo Bills Ring of Honor at Ralph Wilson Stadium, Highmark Stadium. The new Highmark / Ralph Wilson Stadium will not include O.J. in the Ring of Honor because obviously the NFL doesn't want him to be associated with the NFL, and the Bills are going to do everything they can. And we saw this year a couple of referees get fired and one get demoted for working to rig games for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it was 3 refs got fired and one got demoted down to college, which I didn't know that was possible. I think maybe they just got rehired in college or something. And what I can tell you based on all of this is that the Buffalo Bills will win Super Bowl 61 in 2027 because the Buffalo Bills cannot win the Super Bowl while O.J. Simpson has any association with them. Now, we know O.J. Simpson is dead. If O.J. Simpson were still alive, he'd still be in the Bills Ring of Honor at the new Highmark Stadium. But he's not going to be there. So O.J. Simpson is the reason the Buffalo Bills have never won a Super Bowl. Yeah, you could say the Bills weren't good enough to win a Super Bowl those first few times. And yeah, 1990 to 1993, before O.J. went and did the whole crime thing, that might have been something a little bit different because like Jim Kelly went out and got drunk before the Super Bowl and just decided to lose the Super Bowl. I don't know why he did that. And then, Scott Norwood with the wide right, that whole thing. But after that, the Bills, that 17-year playoff drought, that's O.J.'s fault. You know what else is O.J.'s fault? The fact that the Bills have never won the Super Bowl. The Bills' last 2 losses in the AFC Championship game to the Kansas City Chiefs are a combination of O.J. and the NFL conspiring against the Buffalo Bills to not win the Super Bowl. So the Bills are going to go like 13-4, 14-3 this season. God, I hate the 17-game schedule. And losing the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. But next year, they're going 17-0 and winning the Super Bowl over the San Francisco 49ers.